Hey, I'm Justin.
I'm Josie.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're talking about God of War, or as I like to call it, Dad Bod of War.
He's still pretty, sexy, though.
Burly.
Burly.
It's not really my type.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not down with, the face paint and stuff.
I thought you used to date a juggalo. No. Oh, that was a rumor I started right now.
No.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Infinite Grenade Launcher. I'm Kyle.
I'm Josie.
I'm Justin.
And today, we're talking about a game that I finally, actually, honest to God, really and truly played.
Purchased
We're very impressed.
with money.
I bought it. I bought a copy,
yeah.
a hard, real copy.
I didn't buy
God
it.
of War. God of War.
God of War, technically God of War 4.
God of War 4. I don't know. They missed a chance. They could have called it God of 4. I would have bought it.
So
God of War on the PS4 came out, I think, 4/20, for the kids.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
I have no idea.
It was the date that the
I was
game
reading my Bible.
came out. I'm pretty
day.
sure. Point being, God of War for the PS4 or PS4 Pro, if you're one of those cool rich kids, you have a PS4
man,
Pro
wow.
with
What's
an
it like?
HDR, high
Shitting on an old
dynamic
toilet.
resolution lighting. I don't know. Listen, this game is gorgeous. So if this game could look...
I don't know. I got mad.
Are you talking about toilets? What
Yeah, I don't
For a
know.
minute I was, and now I'm not. But no, it's a gorgeous game. It's maybe the prettiest game that I've ever seen the Santa Monica Studios put out. And they do a very, very good job. I do like the God of War line.
This game is exquisitely detailed and gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I feel like this always happens. Like you reach the pinnacle of what a new game looks like, and you're like, this can't get any better than this. But there are some parts of this game that legitimately are not just lifelike, but in a new realm. Like, for example, that effect when he raises the realm door. And it builds with the blue light. I'm like, this is amazing.
It's gorgeous.
And that's a small transitional animation just to go and show you the care that actually went into this game. Like every ounce of this game is designed immaculately. I will say
Okay,
that.
so I have never played any of the God of War games. I have completely missed out on this franchise.
Okay.
So is this a jumping in point? Is this one too good to not?
I actually think it's suitable to do
haven't
that
played
because
it.
they do a lot of changing. They do a lot of changing story-wise. For example, the first three have to do with Greek mythology very, very deeply, and now this one is that character Kratos has now moved to basically into Norse mythology.
This is a poor analogy. The first three God
love
of War
poor
games.
analogies. Do this. This is
poor
great.
Analogy. The first three God of War games are kind of like a Metallica album. They're very hard, smash.
Wait, are we
Yes.
talking
No, I'm on
Kill 'Em All,
board.
or are we
Tell me
talking
more about this.
bad,
This
shitty-
album is like Mahavishnu Orchestra. There's crazy stuff going in this game that they really they kind of took your expectations,
analogy,
your
but I get it.
preconceived notions of what a God of War game should be, and kind of spun it around in its head while still really retaining what made the original game so epic. I think.
And apparently, Corey Balrog, the guy who's the director of the game,
You can see him on
really
YouTube
did
crying.
want to do that. Really did. There's a great article that was on the ringer.com. They had a huge interview with Corey Balrog about the game. He actually stepped away from Sony and Santa Monica Studios for 6 years. You think after he did God of War 3, he was like, "That's it. I gotta get away from this. I gotta not look at it for a while."
that game, God of War 3
God of War
was the
3
pinnacle of what they could
is
do
also
in that
amazing.
way. And then they kind of came back. They said, this isn't going to be that third-person, similar action game. The whole game is kind of behind-the-back perspective, very similar to Resident Evil 4, if you've played Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
Sure.
My one complaint, actually, I will say that, because we're kind of touching on this right now, is it made me feel a little bit claustrophobic. Because you have
The new
such
game
a tight,
does.
the new game has such a tight camera angle on Kratos sometimes. I kind of got that thing. You
Yep.
know when you're trying to see something outside of your view and you can't see it and you start getting a headache? I kind of was getting that a little bit.
But also the idea is that the camera isn't locked. The idea was that
It's
initially,
a single shot, yeah.
right? And it does feel like you're somehow directing your own version of Birdman in that way. You know what I mean? It is a single shot. There's no break from. There's not even a break from the opening the open splash screen where it's continue new game. As soon as you decide you're playing a new game, the game has started.
Well, this game has some of the closest actual gameplay graphics to the cinematics. There are such seamless transitions between
It's perfect.
playing in the cinematic and actually playing the game that, you have some quick time events because obviously every game, if it looks too good, it's probably a quick time event. You're not actually playing that part.
Right.
Yeah.
But there were certain parts that I didn't know when to stop doing the quick time event.
That happened to me constantly.
It was just so seamlessly transitioned. It looked so perfect.
That sounds really appealing, though.
It's extreme.
A really cinematic kind of game.
It works
that
very
sounds-
well.
I watched a little bit of gameplay, and it
For
looked gorgeous.
For as much as you have to do, and there's a ton of mechanics in this game There's a ton of artifacts and weapons and realms. Like
it's much bigger than all of the other ones.
Yeah, there's a hub system that comes out after a while. It does seem very linear at first. I think that at first you think that it's just going to be like leading you from point A to point B, but there's a lot of free exploration towards the second half of the game, and especially in the end game of the game. Like you're free to explore after the main story conquest is done.
It's very nice how and that's a very, very hard line for a lot of. I think this video game does a very difficult job of
we just talked about it with
sandboxy.
We just talked about it with Far Cry
right.
a couple weeks ago. We said when you have too much freedom, it doesn't feel like you're actually making progress. It doesn't feel like you actually know what to go. But there's such a difference with God of War. Maybe it's because Atreus is kind of like monologuing in the background constantly. Your little boy, you're the dad. You're the dad of war. You have a boy of war.
Dad of War.
Yeah. It should have been called Dad of War and Boy of War.
And as much as I thought I would hate this kid, and as much as I thought he was going to be annoying, he's a pleasure to have around. And not to mention, he also have a severed head that has like comedic relief.
Well,
there's a severed head too.
Well, I mean, what's not hilarious about a severed head?
So you're saying I should get the game?
You attach him to your belt, and then he
severed someone's head.
He makes funny comments, and you do need him to like open certain realms and stuff like that. It's
sure.
It's
so I'll
pretty
sever someone's head at GameStop when I go to get the game.
That was actually a good idea.
As one does.
We weren't looking for a GameStop sponsorship anyway, so cut their fucking heads off. Whatever, I don't care. Support your local game seller anyway. That's
good. Great.
But set pieces abound in this game too. It wasn't just like it didn't feel like a linear exploration of kind of feels like those sandbox games. You're doing the same thing with different ingredients. Right.
Like,
this is not like that.
It helps
another
that
dungeon,
all the things are the same.
right.
But like the voice actor is still the same. It's still the same guy doing Kratos. It's amazing. And I thought
it's Triple H, right?
Yeah, it's Triple H. He's great in it.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Have you seen Beard?
I didn't know that. That's great.
He's originally from Greenwich, Connecticut. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He was an aristocratic part of society, and then he transitioned into the prize-fighting era.
Wow.
WWE. Check it out. And
is that what this podcast is now? It's amazing.
No, but honestly, though, when they make this movie, I do feel like this has kind of been done. I don't want to say God of War is realistic. But this is almost a more realistic take. That I could see a movie version of this God of War much more so than a movie version of the last three.
Well, they've actually made Kratos now feels like an actual character rather than just sort of like an
real
avatar of our very like I don't know like.
Well, somebody can play the just like hack and slash.
Absolutely, the first game is just like absolutely channels
literally
the most
punching things until they're a bloody pulp.
Male, aggressive, vitriolic, violent, like the most like.
And now you're learning like how to parent.
And now this character has like multitudes.
But in this game, like a lot of times you're seeing avatars just the game starts, the game ends, and they're the same exact character. And there is real development in this game that I felt like I was seeing character development not only in Kratos but in Atreus, in his son in the boy.
You hear that all day. I hear it in my freaking dreams now, man.
Yeah,
I wake up out of sleep because I feel like Kratos yelled at me to like, boy. I'm like, what? He's like, go to work. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it.
No spoilers. We don't want to talk about that. I feel like something that a lot of people didn't talk about that might be of interest to people who want to maybe pick up the game. About halfway through, you do reobtain the Blades of Chaos, which I thought was very unique and interesting. Right. So if you think that this game is going to be totally different than the original God of War games,
okay. I mean,
they're so cool. They're things, but
it sounds cool. I like violent
chaos.
things.
But the Leviathan axe, it made me upset because I just want to keep using the Leviathan axe to do everything. You're just throwing that, and you can. It's like Thor's hammer. You can just make it come back to you everywhere, and it makes the controller vibrate.
Swing it around and fly.
It's so not yet. Maybe
that's
going
to be part of the DLC.
Yeah, maybe in the prequel,
the flying DLC.
But yeah, there's there's still a lot of space for them to go. I don't know if they're going to stay in the Norse realm.
Well, now that they've done this, it feels like they've opened the world that like Kratos is now a character that can like seamlessly enter other mythologies.
I don't know if I want that though. I don't know if I want like Kratos in like ancient China on the where the wall, the Great Wall, or I want like Kratos in Egypt or something.
I agree, and I was thinking that I'm like, how will it look when like Kratos is like conquering the Sphinx?
How about a time traveling Kratos? Send Kratos into the
good.
future.
Now really make it really like Kratos comes in and he's gonna stop Hitler. Thanks a lot, man. No one wants to see that.
Future Hitler, who's a robot.
Future robot Hitler.
Spitballing here.
Right.
Sony Santa Monica Studios, hit us up.
We have ideas.
Let us know.
Right.
Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it a couple weeks ago.
Make money.
Don't call Josie. Call us. A couple weeks ago we were at VRLA, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Anyway. Yeah, we all had a great time at VRLA.
Some of us,
all three of us,
who were available.
The entire
we didn't
crew
invite.
in the room. They all went, right?
You didn't get the text?
Thanks. Oh yeah, the texts.
Oh.
No, I didn't get the text. Probably 'cause you didn't
it was an
text me.
iMessage, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's real
So
nice.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to check it out.
I just got Android shamed on this show. I'm not gonna live with that. Thanks. Fine. End this episode.
If you want to check it out last week, look at it. I'm going to burp, so we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Oh, and we have stuff down here. Justin_Gentile.
I'm not.
Twitter, Just Gentile. You want to tell people to find you online?
Josie the Fiend. All over the place.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
K Duncan.
Especially VRLA.
High dive champion on PS.
Where he wasn't.
Thank you.
See you guys next time.